Hey everyone, and welcome back to Stereotypical Podcast. I am your host, Tyler, and I'm here with my co-hosts, one who died last week due to an illness, and the other one who died 2 weeks ago due to an unforeseen event. So they've both been turned to AI-generated bots. But I'll let AI-generated bot 1 introduce himself first.
Hello, this is AI bot 1.
Oh, I wasn't ready for you to actually do that.
My software wasn't updated.
Are you quoting? It sounds like a lot like Aaron's.
Like,
Oni's. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's like I heard Oni's robot voice and I'm like, fuck, I want to do that. So I basically just talked like that for a solid week to myself until I could get it down.
Well, you're pretty fucking good there, I think, anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lord knows I couldn't do it.
Yeah, the problem is that you have to breathe in while talking out.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Listen,
Anyone who plays an instrument.
Listen, I already have shitty lungs. I don't think I could do that. And
whose fault is that?
Hey, that's not here nor there. That's not the point of the reason I said it.
I just wanted to see if you were going to blame your parents or not.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, I'm just going to take full responsibility, but if you're giving me an out, I guess.
Having an out is always important. That's why girls go to the bathroom 4 up.
Listen, it's Craig again. He keeps me in a panic. I'm going to just close Discord and minimize Craig. Goodbye.
It just makes you that uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's just staring at me and I keep looking at the icons, watching you guys talk, trying not to interrupt. And then Craig in the void in the background, listening. And sorry.
If Skynet was a real thing, you'd be so fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, mass panic. I feel like it would just become a hive mind. Everybody knows everybody's intentions all at once.
Would that be good or bad? Because
depends on what we're going for as a human species, I guess.
Well,
right?
Obviously everybody wants to fuck the aliens, right?
Well,
wait, that was such a jump.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. Even for me, I was like, wait, hold on.
Species. Goal for the human species, we gotta clap them alien cheeks. Do you guys not remember this?
No, but he was talking about human race, being able to read each other's minds, which is like a Black Mirror episode.
And everyone is going to be sharing thoughts of clapping alien cheeks.
Okay.
I understand the primitive aspect of that, but I feel like if we were all in that idea, would we be too scared to really think about that, or would we?
No, we're scared. We're scared to think about it now because we're like, oh, what if I'm the only one who wants to have sex, all the aliens? But once we share our thoughts and then once everybody on Earth realize, wait a minute, I want to sex up the aliens. You want to sex up the aliens. Shit, we gotta finish building these rockets. Let's start back up the space race.
Are you cooking or something right now, Brayden? I keep hearing silverware.
Nah, it's a fan.
Oh, okay.
And then if you hear metal, it's because I'm actually using a better mic this time, so you might be picking up on my tongue piercing clacking up against my teeth when I talk.
Oh.
I see. I didn't know you had a tongue piercing. Maybe I did, but I just don't remember. But
I told you, and then you're like, "Oh my god, he could suck so good now," and then you just came so hard you forgot about it.
So 2 things about that statement right there. I believe you, and something I would actually say, but it's also something that you would hope I would say.
No, it would be something that I hope that you wouldn't say, so that way I could say it and make you uncomfortable.
So this is actually kind of funny because it kind of segues into my topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight.
Sucking dick or tongue piercings.
Yeah, but like it's like on that same vein. Not really at all. Well, yes, kind of.
Segue.
Yeah, so we're gonna smooth segue into this. What are you guys' opinions on the adverse effects of the porn industry on the male population, i.e., in terms of like male loneliness and I guess disinterest in forming meaningful relationships outside of like a hookup culture?
Well, the question I believe that you have to ask first is the porn industry a symptom or the cause?
See, I'd say it's more of a symptom.
Okay. So the porn addiction is a symptom to something bigger.
Overall, yeah. But I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts on it first and like what you think about it.
Okay. Brandel?
Yes. So as a percentage, I don't know what that would be like, but I imagine that's pretty high. Because it really can demoralize and defeat your current relationships with people who have like porn addictions. And sometimes it's not just guys, but that's what your question is. And not to dismiss it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's for guys, it can be an easier way. You kind of can get into habits when you're so busy with your daily life. But then it creeps up and can ruin the relationship that you are trying to actively work on. Because it's never going to be perfect, but that's something you understand when you're with somebody is it takes time no matter what to work through any given situation.
And then also you kind of got to realize that life isn't a movie, right? Mm-hmm. It's like nothing is going to be perfect. Everything takes time. It's okay. So I kind of lean into it kind of like the same way that I lean a lot of things that you're able to become addicted to. Like caffeine, nicotine, like anything that gets your brain to release those feel-good chemicals can become addicting. Like there have been documented cases where people have been addicted to cheese, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about... To me, it is literally all about the amount of control you have over yourself and the ability to know that it's not real, right?
So here's the question then. The reason why I think it's having a stronger impact and starting to become less of a symptom. So like right now, I think it's a symptom, right, to male loneliness. I think overall. I think it will eventually turn into the cause. And the reason why is because kids are getting exposed to porn at younger and younger ages. Unfortunately, is like, it's just the internet. It's how it is. Like, I remember when we were kids, it was kind of like, oh man, if you didn't like see porn or like you didn't do this, like you weren't cool.
Yeah. And then also like, when we were kids, it was the Wild West of the internet. It was before like things started getting moderated in any shape or form.
Yeah, but I don't think porn's all that regulated still, like at all.
Well, no.
I mean, what's going to stop a kid from being like, yeah, I'm 18? I mean, we all had to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's too easy. And in a day and age where me, my kid, and your kids, Tyler, are gonna grow up in an age of pretty much just technology.
Yeah.
Haha, suckers.
It's too easy, you know what I'm saying?
Vasectomy for the win.
Sure, man. So what I'm thinking is like, because when we were kids, right, we didn't have tablets, we didn't really have smartphones or anything like that. My kid knows how to operate a tablet. Sadly, I was kind of ashamed after I started noticing he knew how to like maneuver on the tablet, and he knows how to get to Disney Plus just like by swiping down for like an iPad.
Lily does too. Don't worry.
Yeah, I feel so bad. I was like, I don't want to be one of those parents, and then it happened, and it's like shit.
Like the thing that shocked me, right, is how rapidly like your kiddo was able to process the pattern of, oh, hey, this is the fun thing. I just have to do this to get the fun thing.
Well, it is intuitive, right? So the way Apple designed it, it is supposed to be that easy that like a baby could learn it. Just so, because like I think the way it was intended before, like they were thinking kids, it was like for like senile old people. They're like, we just gotta make this as simple as fucking possible, for them to use and to pick up on and to learn. And so because it's so easy to learn, the kids can like see it, mimic the motions, and be like, oh, I do this, and then I look for this color or like that symbol. I recognize that symbol. I'll be honest, some of it has helped Everest read, and so he's gotten really good at he can point out letters now. So like he knows what like a D or like an A is. He also knows numbers.
It's so good.
It's so there's good and bad benefits to it. We have this kid app where he can it's like speech blubs. He touches like bubbles and words come out, and he says and repeats the words back to them, and it gives him like an applause. And then there's Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel's honestly been a godsend.
Oh yes, I'm so glad you said her.
At first, I thought you were like, Mrs. Mabel teaches typing. I'm like, that's for kids now.
No.
How old were you when you discovered that Mrs. Mabel was not, in fact, a real person?
I actually don't know who that is.
Really?
Or what that is, yeah.
From
Mrs.
No, go ahead.
Mrs. Mabel teaching typing was an application on like the elementary school, like fat Mac computers.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then they were doing that to teach us how to type.
So I didn't use Mac computers when I was in school with... I was in Orem in junior high. I remember using HP desktops, and that's
consider yourself lucky. Like, I'm recording this through a Mac right now, and I hate the Apple software so much.
Really,
Macs are just so weird to use.
Well, it is, but I honestly am jealous of the new MK2 that they have, and I want it simply for video production.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's great.
Yeah, it's a good little workstation.
Mm-hmm. It's probably top of the line, but I'm not paying that price tag. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like $4.
I'm not making a movie.
Yeah. Besides, you're waiting for that. You're waiting for that Apple VR glasses that reflect your eyes back onto you, or back onto the screen.
Oh yeah.
I would get that if I could, to be honest with you.
Battery lasts for 45 minutes straight, and it costs over $2,000.
I think it's
for now it does. Give it time.
It's Apple. Like the problem with Apple is that Apple has so many people that just get it simply because it's an Apple thing. Oh, and so it's never like they need to drop their prices.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you drop your prices when you release a new generation thing if the people who want to buy the new generation thing are also wanting to buy the old generation thing for simply the fact of having it?
You know what's crazy is Linus Tech Tips did a video on the different companies' profit margins for the year and over many years, and it shows that Apple, I mean, don't get it wrong, they make a lot of money, more than probably a lot of other companies, but in terms of the way they do it, they actually don't make a lot of money back. It's crazy.
Well, at the point that they got to, is there a point?
Yep.
What?
I know a lot of businesses are like, we got to increase our revenue, but Apple's literally going is like, hey, if we do this fun, weird stuff, would it be okay if we made $1 million less from our expected profit of
exactly?
Well, what they worry about is their bottom line, and they just have to essentially prove to investors why they're still like a worthy investment and how they're going to essentially grant them a return. And then Apple, many of these other big companies have gotten to a point where their quarterly profits, like their margins, aren't ever going to impact their investors so like heavily that they freak out and pull out, right? Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, it the worst could always happen, and a bunch of people can be like, well, time to leave Apple and Microsoft.
Like, that would be fucking cool.
Yeah, but it won't happen. I mean, because the way they avoid, I guess, like wages would probably be the best way to put it, is
the way they avoid what?
Wages. So that's a big cost for businesses. But we have fallen so far from what we were talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
Weren't we talking about porn?
Yes. And how
that's where you end
kids
up,
at younger
right?
ages. I mean, we got into this whole bit about Apple, and that's fine. That was so funny.
I can't even fucking remember how we got to Apple, dude.
Oh my god!
I like this.
I'll go back and I'll like note to editing Tyler. Go back and chain the bits and see if you can link it back in a quick 10-second little redo.
It's basically like you're trying to find the Kevin Bacon number every single time we do this.
Yes.
How did this topic lead to this? We need to find out the key events.
But anyways,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, because of the way that Apple's designed their devices to be so easily used by, senile old people and little kids are now able to explore the internet at a much younger age than we were. Because I do not remember being 5 and knowing how to use a computer properly, right?
During that time, our parents didn't even understand it, and we still learned more about that technology faster than they did, and we had to teach them.
Yes.
Actually, no, my parents managed to stay relatively tech savvy, and they still are.
Well, your parents were young.
Yeah, you got a point, actually.
My dad's gotten into it. He loves doing photography, and that's like his pastime now.
Oh, that's good. That's neat. What kind of photography?
I mean, landscapes of Utah mostly, and they're really good. He gets them blown up and printed on like really nice panels and stuff, and sells them.
Tell him to talk to me if he wants to start making some real fucking money.
Oh, well, I'm sure he would listen, to be honest.
You ever heard of a boudoir?
No.
Tasteful boudoirs.
It's tasteful. I promise.
Yeah, shit like that gets exposed to 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds now, and so I think the 5 and 6-year-olds, when you're 5 and 6, you're way more impressionable. So that your idea of sex becomes that, and then when you get older and you finally achieve that, and that's not what it is, it kind of throws you for a loop, and so you're like, well, fuck.
A little disappointing,
Well, yeah, you're super disappointed, and you have a lot of expectations you put on yourself and on your partner, and causes a bunch of issues, man.
Yeah, but the question is, right? So think about back to the DARE program, and then how they like did a long-term study with it, and then everyone they interviewed was like, actually no, the DARE program got me curious about drugs, so I actively sought them out because of it.
So I mean, yeah, that's why
hiding it. What would be better, like hiding it so they don't find it till they're 18, or like going up to them and telling them, hey man, this ain't real.
Oh, so that's what I was going to say.
Doesn't want to.
Yeah, my plan is with my sons is to tell them like, hey, this this isn't real. You're going to want to watch this when you go through puberty, because your, pee-pee is going to be like, oh, this is cool. But that is not how sex works. Like, that's not reality at all. They're playing they're essentially doing make-believe. So
they're doing make-believe, son. Lesbians will never, ever have their nails that long.
Yeah. That would hurt them.
Yeah, no, that's actually like a common laugh is if you want to see if the lesbian thing is real or fake, look at their nails.
Yeah. Yep.
If they're long, it's definitely not real. But yeah, it's I see what you mean about the symptom being the causation later down the line. If the symptom is sought before the original thing even has a chance to kick in. So I definitely see what you mean about that.
Yeah, it's more about, it's because, like, again, I don't think porn is like this awful thing. I think porn addiction, I think, again, with like anything that's addiction related, if you have an addictive personality, you're going to get addicted. So, I mean, there are certain drugs that no matter what, you'll get addicted to if you take it. But so just avoid those. Don't, like, I'm never going to do fucking heroin in my life ever. So.
I was about to say, now this is about to turn into an intervention.
Brandel, are you doing heroin?
Yeah, really.
No, but Brandel, you need to cool it down with the peanut butter.
With the peanut butter?
Two jars and a spoon, man. We know it's full of protein, but...
So, believe it or not, it's funny you say that. I actually haven't had any in the last 2 weeks, which is crazy for me.
Oh, you're going through the rehab.
You're going through withdrawals right now? Are you itching yourself a little bit? Feeling a little antsy?
I do miss it though. I don't know. It's more of like, I just haven't bought any because I don't have incentive to buy it. So maybe I'm just slowly, this is the way of me kicking it for a while or whatever.
You just have to do the 42-step program, right? Except that you have a problem. Except that you suck and cannot cannot defeat the problem by yourself, and embrace the loving embrace. Embrace the embrace. Yeah, whatever.
So you're telling me to relapse is what you're telling me.
No. Okay, so no. What it is, so having actually gone through the steps program with my mother.
Okay. I was about to say,
one of us has been there. It's me.
One of us had a chaperone.
Yes. But so yes, what you need to do is you need to accept that you have this problem, right? You have to accept that you have no control of the problem for some reason. So I guess you don't. I don't know. It's a weird mind. I think the way they want to point out is to make the addict feel less bad. It's like you're going to be an addict for the rest of your life is essentially what they're saying with that.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
are they trying to make him feel less bad, or are they trying to make him feel more bad?
I don't know.
Well, so interesting. It's funny you say that. I recently, I guess, I don't know how much I want to reveal. Someone I work with.
Dox them.
Yeah, is no longer there because he had a drinking problem.
Mm.
And he was a really great guy. He was on probation, doing well. He no longer had to go take a piss test. And between him always working and also working over late nights because of what he did, he was caught drinking and getting passed out in his vehicle. And so they gave him 3 or 4 good chances and then they let him go. And I believe he got arrested over the weekend.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Unfortunate, yeah.
At first I thought you were about to explain how he died. I'm like, this got dark, and then I'm like, oh, is he alive or dead? This is like shrugging.
No,
He's still pretty dark.
It's just I knew him.
But it was a little bit less dark than what I was mentally prepping myself for.
So the crazy thing was, it's just I never really noticed how he was addicted to it.
Yeah.
Because he seemed normal, and it makes me realize how much he was actually putting away, like drinking, because he was so used to it. And let's just say it's like, I won't say what kind, but it's about 6-7 bottles.
Okay.
That's
about average.
Cheap liquor. You know,
in like what time frame?
I mean,
probably 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like,
especially when
even at my worst, like trying to get down that third bottle, like, dude, after that point, I don't know how you could keep drinking.
I don't know, but I mean,
like, passed out naked in your shower with no idea how you got there.
He didn't get that far, but on one of his drinking binges, he went missing and no showed from work, and we hadn't seen him for like 2 or 3 days. Not even his wife.
Yep, that's how that'll happen. You just kind of. Yep,
scary.
Usually, too, a lot of that is caused by. So, like, for that stuff in particular, they're running away from something typically, or just trying to escape either trauma that they caused to themselves because of like how their drinking problem started, and they never learned how to, handle it right at first to get a handle over it. So they ended up like fucking over a bunch of shit, or they were abused when they're younger, and the cycle just kind of continued. And then, instead of like maybe doing physical or sexual abuse to someone, they, abandon, or like, it would be probably more of like an emotional abuse, or anyways. So yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Dude. Three of us are looking at each other like, nobody say it. Nobody say it. You shut up.
Dude, I don't mind. It's not like my mom's gonna listen to this. I mean, if she does, like, Mom, love you, but you know what you did. Right. I'm not gonna say your name, but
you too, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you don't know what you did at this current state in time.
Yeah.
It'd be like that, though.
Yeah, that'd really be. That'd do be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you wanted to touch up on anything else with that, Tyler.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we reach a conclusion. I still don't know if we're talking about the topic.
I feel like we have other things that we want to talk about, because I feel like we kind of agree a little, almost like 100% on it, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a good segue into my topic. It's very loose, and it's more of just opinions. And as we do this podcast, I have found myself, I really love podcasts. But I especially like the visual ones where it's like on YouTube or the Spotify video.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of new ones that I have found and been introduced to, but they're very popular ones. Like Distractable or Go, My Favorite Sports Team, were the first two that I binged and have caught up to on both of them. Now, I'm on YouTube watching Two Bears, One Cave, if you've heard of them.
Oh, that one's great. That one's great.
Segura and Bert Kreischer. And Kreischer?
Yeah.
Kreischer. Or something like that. Yeah.
And I will never not click on a video with Bert Kreischer. I feel like Tom's a little unhinged sometimes, but I also realize it's
Tom fucking Segura.
Exactly. But Tom Segura and Bert in the same room all the time, I would watch it 100% of the time.
Does Bert take off his shirt for those podcasts?
He has, yes. He's also shown his dick to Steve-O.
Oh yeah.
And then Steve-O shown his dick to the rest of the world. So by circular theory, we have all
So that's literally the joke he made. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. He's like, I feel like I've seen your dick. I feel like I have to show you mine. Anyway, my question to you guys was, are you listening to anything you currently like, or is there something you would recommend that's not so popular?
No, and then me and Tyler are looking at each other going, shit, we listen to the same.
Yeah.
We listen to the same dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well,
but
yeah.
I'm also new to this, so I imagine you guys have heard more still than I have up until now.
I've been listening. So since I've been doing my podcast, to get, it's going to sound shitty, but essentially to get people to start listening to, I had to listen to a bunch of other people's podcasts. And I've actually like found quite a few that I liked from Reddit and from the people who are doing. Oh, hi, Frank.
I was gonna try to segue for you and say go listen to Historical Quarrels, but I totally bumped on that. Sorry.
I recommend my own podcast.
It slipped my mind and I was like, whoops. But yeah, go ahead.
Also, I would love to recommend the BC Bestiary. If I ever get the motivation to fucking make the damn thing, you should listen to that one too.
Yeah, as soon as you launch that, man, just let me know. I'll give you a shout out. Like, I'll have my listeners go follow you, and then we can have these guys who listen. I guess I was going to tell you guys on YouTube, we're getting more views than we are downloads on other sites right now currently. So I know that's. I think we might want to do a format kind of like the official podcast, which Charlie does.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you listened to them?
No.
Okay, so that's one I'd recommend.
Listen to that one, yeah.
Yeah, and then Time Suck, obviously by Dan Cummins, really, really good.
Dan
motherfucking Cummins.
Play me out.
Yeah. But I was thinking like we could set up like some basic webcams and then just kind of, yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, I would not hesitate. I actually was thinking about this the other day, and I'm so glad you bring it up. I'm so excited. So, shit. I want to make you made a channel, right? It's
just on my Historical Quarrels YouTube page right now. So
right, okay.
Yeah, we can like I was kind of saying, it's like we can create separate socials for this too.
Okay. And then like the only downside of us doing webcams is then I can no longer hide my personal addictions. Because I am surrounded by houseplants and reptiles right now.
Yeah.
Leave me in such a vulnerable state.
I need to rant about something real quick to you, Brandon.
Oh, God.
So remember my copy pasta about the houseplant shit?
Yeah.
Remember how in there I was like, oh yeah, and then your friend has to go somewhere, and then you're stuck, ended up taking care of like 5 to 10 of them. You want to know what fucking came true with you moving, Brayden?
What? Hey. Your wife was asking, hey, I know my husband is a dumbass, but I like these things. So if you're just going to throw some away, like if they're easy, you could just give them to me and I'll have them. And I'm like, yeah, sure. We'll see which ones of mine you could have. I would love for you to take some of mine. And then Maddie didn't realize the sheer amount of houseplants that I have. So it is not my fault.
What do you mean it's not your fucking fault? What do you mean? You're the one who got them.
Hey,
God damn it! But you know what? They were watered one time by her, and they're outside still.
Okay.
I felt bad for them, and I have put water in them one time when she wasn't here.
Don't do that. Why the fuck are you anthropomorphizing them?
Tyler, that just means it's your job for the rest of that plant's life.
You're like, I refuse to water anyone else's plants. If you have plants, fuck you. Also, I'm going to water my wife's plants while she's at work.
My God. No, but that's the thing. It's just, that's how houseplants work. You give them to the spouse. The other spouse has to take care of them, because if they don't, they're seen as the asshole. Perceived as the asshole.
Motherfucker, that is not like you say. That's how houseplants work. No, once the seeds are sown, almost quite literally, it becomes an addiction. I drove up 45 minutes into the goddamn California mountains yesterday to find a greenhouse that's tucked in between a valley where Ecuadorian importers and farmers are just growing shit, because I have been trying to find one plant for months, and the only place that had them was nestled into bumfuck California.
Good for you. I'm happy for you.
So wait, if it's bumfuck California and you just moved there, does that mean you already hate where you're living? Is that
no.
So you can keep living. It's funny. You keep sending us these things where it's like, oh, dude, here it's so great. It's so great. I'm like, denial. The first stage of grief.
If it was like Bay Area or like San Fran or Sacramento, I'd already be cutting myself. But like, I live like half an hour away from the border. Weed is legal here. It's South California, so all the preppy shithead ABGs aren't as prevalent around. So here it's all like students.
I will say,
Southern California is like so much better than.
I was going to say, Sam, our mutual friend Sam, he kept saying Canada Sam. He did say San Fran wasn't too bad. He liked it when he visited, but he was like, I just remember him being like, I could not live there for longer than.
Did he download the public shit map?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. Last time I talked to him, he was like running for student body president at UVU or something. But like he had like an actual platform for some reason instead of just trying to win by being popular. So,
is he still driving around the womb mobile?
Dude, I hope so. Like that thing is, he can never not have that car.
No.
Like, if he doesn't have that car when I see him next, I'm going to be so sad.
Like, it's the shittiest car, but I still love it.
Oh, same.
And then, Brandel, I pulled up through my podcast because out of the three of us, I think I may have been listening to them the longest.
Oh, yeah, I believe that 100%.
And then,
I was curious of what you were going to say.
So I'm just going through and I'm finding some like ones that I think aren't as big.
Okay.
That not a lot of people may have heard about. So the first one that I really like is called Real Horror with Roanoke Tales.
Okay, I'm interested. You got me already.
So Roanoke Gaming is a channel on YouTube, and it's a guy who used to be a microbiologist, and he goes through video games and movies and then like scientifically explains the processes behind fictional monsters and diseases.
Already following. I just searched it and I'm already sold. Thank you.
And the Real Horror with Roanoke Tales is he goes through and tells stories about like various things and what could have happened. Like the first episode I listened to him was the Dahmer party. So absolutely recommend those. Then I would also recommend the Chilluminati podcast. That one, it's just like three guys telling stories to each other. That one's just like a good one to listen to.
All right.
Then I
was just going to plug in friend of all of our show. I don't know. I guess. Well, you guys remember Ashley from high school, right? Like Zundel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a podcast called The Passion Podcast, where she interviews people about their passions. And honestly, like, I listened to it and I was like, it's pretty good. Like it's like fun, and like the people she interviews are, you know, they love what they do, so it's just fun to hear and listen to.
Awesome.
Okay, so like if I message her and be like, hey, remember me from high school? Anyways, I have like so many lizards and snakes right now. You want to interview me for the podcast?
She would probably appreciate that, dude. She needs people to interview. So yeah, definitely reach out to her. Like, you can just follow her on Instagram or follow her podcast on.
I already
Instagram.
found it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wild. Okay.
Yeah. Then I would also like to recommend going through my things. I would also like to recommend just going through Triple KO. It's like a fighting game podcast, and two of the people are Maximilian Dude and Justin Wong. Then, so two of the most famous fighting game community people, and the third one is Matt McMuscles of Two Best Friends fame.
I see.
And then I'd also like, and then just because I also like the educational stuff, I would also recommend Science Versus.
Okay, yeah, I've actually gotten recommended for that. I was going to start that soon.
Yeah, that one's really good. It's just, yeah, I have to listen to it on a good day because the accent is heavy.
So that's why I haven't started yet. Not low key. I was like, cool, that's interesting, but then
Where are they from?
I forget.
It's I think it's Australia.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
But it's like heavy Australia.
Oh, like deep South Australia, essentially.
Or they read into it.
North Australia.
Okay, that's true. So
when you're on the border of where people can live and like where people just die.
Oh, so would you describe it almost as like Creole speak, like the Louisiana Baton Rouge people talk?
No, it's like it's all tenor.
Oh.
It's not like the. It's not that. It's the higher notes from the accent that are just heavily like emphasized.
Okay. Interesting.
But regardless, I now followed it, so I can now listen to it and actually listen to it.
Yeah,
you convinced me, since I realized you're somebody who's listened to it. Okay, but that's lovely. Did you know the WAN show from LTT goes on Spotify?
I didn't. I don't even know what that is.
It is basically his podcast, but it's better on YouTube. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
So would you say that like you're more of like a visual, you like to see something while you're listening? Like you get stimulated that way?
Yeah, that's why I got so excited when I said we should do the YouTube one. Do the whole bit with that, because I feel like it would add, at least for me, it's part of my character. And this in this scenario, in terms of like
does that mean I can like, does that mean I have to take down my Nazi Sharks poster, or should I leave it up?
I mean, well, I don't know. I guess that would get us like viewership, but we probably don't want those viewers.
I was about to say, Brandel, have you seen my like problematic movie posters?
I have not, and that's hilarious. Oh my god!
I got 3 of them at the last Comic-Con I went to. One of them is like Attack of the Nazi Sharks. Godzales. It's like Godzilla wearing a sombrero.
Yeah.
Those are perfect. I mean, you should play some slightly out of frame. So
just outside of it, so you just see like a maybe none of the symbolism. Maybe I'll take that one down.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture after this. It's not subtle.
So that's where you just take it completely off frame and just show the red of the flag, and so everyone can just wonder what that
See,
is.
like,
Oh
one
no,
black arm.
I'll send you the pictures. they're a little bit nuts.
Okay, I believe you.
Oh,
So that's awesome. I actually have a lot more content to listen to. I really didn't have too much more to say. I was just curious what you guys had to input. But hold on.
Yeah, just remember, Brandel, a lot of people are trying to do their best. So if someone is on a podcast talking about things that you are a subject matter on, and they're wrong, and you know they're wrong, they're doing their best.
Okay. Yeah, I like that better. And doubling down works too.
Oh man, like fucking. It was like a clip of Joe Rogan that came up on the YouTube, and he was talking about some guy about like snakes. And dude, I was bashing my head up against the wall. I was like, you're so fucking wrong. What the fuck?
Oh my God, Braden. To, I guess, wrap up what I was saying, I'd like to talk about one of the episodes that I already forgot his name.
Wow.
Kurt. When he did his special with I Am the Machine, if you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I ever found him, and I'm sure a lot of people were that way too. But
They made a movie off of the story.
I
Mark
know, and I
Hamill's in
wanted
it.
to watch it. I watched the podcast of him talking about it, and it was really cool. But I will remember watching the episode first and then coming to the podcast, and it's crazy how he has the same kind of energy off just being in his own life, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, he's just such a... He's so interesting. He's so
his
like
mannerisms, the way he
it's so
presents
distinct.
himself, and Segoya put it in a good way. He likes to be famous. He likes the fame. He likes the attention, and he feeds off of it.
Yeah,
And he's like, I like the way that he put it, and he says it feels like in those moments and interactions, people feel like they're family to me, even if it's short, simple engagements. Because a lot of people know me from my personal life, and when they talk to me that way and talk about the personal stuff that I've said on camera, that it feels like they both know each other on some personal level too, even if it's a short conversation, which I found interesting.
Okay. So he's kind of a,
It's crazy. But then Segoya was like, no, I'm the complete opposite. I can't. I'd rather go around the people that are trying to get all my attention.
It's basically the argument of someone who got famous on OnlyFans versus someone who got famous on Instagram, you know? One of them is like the ooh gross, no, I'm not that, I'm not who you think I am, I'm an imposter, just leave me alone please, wearing a disguise outside. The other one is like, hell yeah, come on inside dude, let's take a pic.
Is Kurt the one with the OnlyFans in this scenario?
Damn right.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
oh man, yeah, I can see that. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting. I don't know. I feel like I would. I don't know. How would you guys feel like in either of their shoes? I feel like Braden, you'd be more like Segura.
Excuse me. Oh wait, never mind. I got them mixed up. I'm definitely the kind of oh gross. Why are you talking to me?
Because
What do you mean I'm wrong?
I got them confused. I'm sorry.
In his words, he says, I would rather be famous because for what I enjoy doing, which is all the shit that he normally does. I actually don't really know what he does outside of this too much. I know the name, I know he's big, but I just don't remember what he does.
He's a comic.
Okay.
A lot of.
Oh,
And he's really good at it because fucking, and the synergy combination between the two is phenomenal.
No, they have really good chemistry.
No, that's That's definitely me because, like, as you know, one of my few productive hobbies, as Tyler would describe them, would be the woodworking shit.
Oh yeah,
right. And then, like, if I spend all the time making something, I feel much more appreciative when people talk about the work itself and not like compliments towards me, but like compliments to the actual piece that I made.
yes.
Exactly.
Like, I definitely prefer that the attention be on what I made instead of who made it.
Exactly. But I feel like I stem from both of them. I feel like I like the same idea. I want to be known for what I do or work on or whatever I made. But inherently, if it's something like what we're doing in a podcast, it's about us and each other, or individually, you, Tyler, I guess Braden, Tyler, and then me in this scenario.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a relationship, right? I feel like that's what. I don't know. We don't have people like commenting yet, but when I've posted onto TikTok some of our stuff, we get like reactions of people.
You even posted us on TikTok, boy.
Oh yeah. I all of the I don't know if you guys follow those pages, but the Instagram's growing slowly. The TikTok is already kind of big, but not that big. I only have like
I need to go follow the TikTok and Instagram
followers, but then I get like 12,000 views on some videos, or like recently it's been a little lackluster because TikTok wasn't converting enough clicks to like download ratio for me, so I've stopped like trying on TikTok. So it's only like 100 views when I post a bit.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
That's so cool though. That's still cool though.
If we do the YouTube thing, it's really easier to put on TikTok and YouTube Shorts by second nature.
Yes, much easier than having to go through the process that I go through to try and get it to be
quality of just being an audio bite on TikTok.
You just gotta think, Tyler. If your child does not do what you're telling them to do, what is your response to get them to do the thing? You just got to do that to the people on TikTok.
Well, like command them, like I'm just like, hey, get it done now.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
See, look, now I'm horny, and now I want to go listen to our episodes.
Okay, that's good. See, you better go listen to all of our goddamn episodes. I swear to God, if you don't listen to all of our episodes, you are going to be in so much goddamn trouble.
Oh, I'm so naughty. Keep going.
Oh my
God, you need to go take a bath.
I was gonna say yes, Daddy, but now I don't want to. I just said it.
It was just like,
I'm gonna cry. Goodbye.
and the tears are gonna come out of your dick.
Anyway,
May the tears I cry today lube the cheeks I clap tomorrow.
That's a really good saying. I love that.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, with that, I feel like that would be a good segue into Braden's topic. If you got anything.
Yeah, no, I just do this completely unprepared. I like wait to see where the conversation is going, and usually I'm like, oh, I have to lighten this up now.
Hey, that's why I did what I did, even though I literally was ready. I just was watching podcasts and I'm like, yeah, I want to talk about that.
You guys have a list of like the most depressing shit. Meanwhile, I'm like, shit, what's entertaining? What would be funny? I gotta lighten this mood. This is why I don't give my topics first.
That's why I wanted to go big, because I feel like I could jump on it relatively well and tangent well enough between that subject. And I think we did pretty well there.
Yeah, that works.
So that's perfect. Thank you.
All right. So, boys and girls.
Yes.
The world is on fire.
Oh.
Right. Like literally, Hawaii is on fire as of right now. I now live in California. So the fires are everywhere, right? The world is literally on fire. Mm-hmm. And in these times of drama and torment, people turn to one of two things: hallucinogenics or cartoons. But have you noticed that there has been a distinct rise in the combination of the two with some shows and studios, right? All right. So to set the stage, right? Fictional like fantasies and cartoons and stuff have always had that like trippy aspect to it. So like, think about like Alice in Wonderland or like the Winnie the Pooh acid trips that those movies went on for whatever goddamn reason.
Oh yeah.
So like they've always been willing to get into the trip a little bit, but they never really like outright admitted it. But as someone who follows a bit of animation, like there's been kind of like this trend that I've been noticing where it's like there are some cartoons that have just gone all in and go, oh yeah, this is a hallucinogenic substance. We're gonna make our characters take this, and then that's either going to lead to like life-changing realizations, or it's gonna further the character development. Right?
Well, sorry, real quick. It's funny that you are talking about this because we you know, Everest loves Winnie the Pooh, so we rewatched the classic one today, and again, every time I watch that Have Lumps and Woozle song, I'm like, they animators were straight up tripping balls on LSD when
the walls are breathing. I can see the flashes of light. It's so beautiful.
I would like to call a note to the Beatles song Yellow Submarine.
Oh, dude, that was like not even the song, like the entire like movie or whatever they made. That was just Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But like, I wanted to bring up some modern examples that were even more on the nose with that, right? So recently on the YouTube cartoon Helluva Boss.
Oh yes.
They had an episode where to avoid spoilers, and it being more of an adult-oriented show, it's like, oh yeah, no, they're tripping balls. Like they're tripping balls, but it's while the characters are tripping balls, that is some of the most hard character development that the characters have had up to that point. And then it's like, oh, now I understand more about the characters' particular traumas and neuroses and all of that stuff, right?
Oh, and deeper and look into who they are.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, oh, hey, these two characters, they're both tripping on the same substance, but one of them is like stylish, silly, haha, and the other one is just like nightmare.
Oh God, bad trip.
Yeah.
Of her.
I was about to say, dude, this is only like our whatever episode. Don't try to get us canceled yet. You're not allowed to say that anymore.
I'm sorry. It's just quoting a show.
But that's a show that's already meant for more of an adult audience, right?
Right.
What about a show that is on Disney and is meant to be family friendly, right?
Okay.
So there is a Disney show called The Owl House.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So I basically went around preaching about it when I was in the process of watching it, like telling everybody, I'm like, this is my favorite one since Gravity Falls. like y'all should just like watch it. But there is a particular interpersonal conflict with one of the main characters.
Okay.
And then there's an episode that starts off, and at first you think, oh, it's kind of filler. It's not really expanding the plot, right?
Yeah.
But one of the characters gets slipped a large dose of potion.
Mm.
It's like, spoil for the Owl House, just so I can actually talk about it and help you guys make sense of it. So, spoiler alert for anyone listening. So there is a character. Her name is Ida, and throughout the entire show, she's literally like demon living inside of her. Naruto with the 9 tails, like beast takes over, get filled with rage. Pretty similar to Naruto, actually. But when she's tripping balls, she actually has the chance to like relive her traumas from the past in a different light and learns to stop blaming herself. And then as her trip progresses, she eventually starts seeing memories from the demon, and then like has a heart to heart with the demon itself. And so from an episode that was supposed to be like a filler, look at all the wacky hijinks, like the most amount of character progression and plot development happens because someone's tripping balls.
Yeah.
So what do you think has led to the point where now even on Disney, the cartoons can go, oh yeah, no, like they took drugs and now they're journeying through space and time. It's time for them to learn some shit.
I get that. I have an interesting line or thing to connect with that is in the Disney vein too. And if you guys have probably heard of this show, it's called Bluey. It's a very wonderful show. It's a very wonderful kid show. A lot of adults actually like watching it.
I have never, but obviously I've heard of it, but I've never watched an episode because I've been watching people freak out, and I think it's funnier if I just don't know what's going on.
Actually, you're probably not for doing that. But Matt Pat has actually done a video on it. And it gets into some pretty dark things and things that they don't say out loud, but they frame it, in a way that adults will look at it and go, oh, that's kind of dark, but the kids have no idea,
He's turning into a creepypasta.
Yeah, one of the running theories is Dingo, the brother. Or no, right?
I was about to say, I don't know why you're explaining this to me. I don't know what's going on.
One of the brothers or sisters, anyway, isn't alive and is actually just dead. And it's some whole trauma event that Bluey's trying not to deal with. I think it's pretty crazy.
For all of you playing stereotypical bingo, it's cartoons into hallucinogenic drugs into creepypasta, if you're following along.
We're doing it that way. I think we don't have enough episodes that can be a bingo yet.
Yeah, we could probably make a single bingo chart, but we couldn't really reorganize it, so we gotta just keep going.
So this is episode 5.
Yes, I was gonna say I've been keeping track. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just
hasn't literally been 5.
Yeah, it's just been 5.
Yeah, because I care about it. That's probably a good point there.
Just because I appreciate you guys and I like getting the chance to talk to you, even though you're just doing this for profit. I still like the chance to hang out with you guys.
Hey, that was always a side note, a little sticky note, if you will. But the original intent was just an excuse for us to talk and hang out again.
Yeah, just to hang out and have fun. Yeah.
How sticky is the sticky note?
That's it. It's not growing. The show is growing. So who knows?
Dude, why is your crystal glowing?
Oh shit!
Which one of you?
Who knows? We'll never know.
Cut like, oh my god.
Oh, that's how sticky the sticky note was.
Yes, it's enough to just be stuck to the monitor, but not enough to stay on there, and it keeps falling off every once in a while.
Yeah,
you just keep like trying to place it, put it back on, and you're like, I should just get a new sticky note, but
good old reliable.
Old reliable, except it's not reliable. It's just old.
It's just old. Good old. Oh man,
it's like my grandpappy daddy.
Oh my god, my grandfather,
my uncle dad, if you will.
My uncle.
Uncle Stan.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that from that show. If like that was like a hidden meeting.
No, it's just like a shortened version of granduncle.
Oh, I know. It's just I was like, oh shit. Nah, it'd be funny. It'd be like me calling my Uncle Mel great uncle. So like, because he's my great uncle, so I'd have to call him Grunkle. But that'd be weird. I don't know. I feel like that's a interesting way to combine the two words.
What's a combination of what I call you? You know, like brother wife.
Yeah, does it ever get weird for you guys?
Yeah.
Not as weird as how weird we make other people feel when we explain it.
That makes it funny because I feel like whenever I'm at work, being from Utah, and people are under the assumption of Mormonism and all that, and they've made jokes, and I've told them about it, and and then I've told them about you guys just in passing, and then tried to explain them the relationship that I realized that you guys have being related by marriage. You know, it's quite funny.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the first time I explained like what was going on, like people were looking at me going, "What?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, no, this is what's going on." And then like one dude just looks at me and he's like, "So you just let your best friend fuck your sister?"
I don't know what the assumption is that you like you have to like are in charge of like who I fuck and who your sister fucks. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it was just surreal, and also like that was the thing right after I was left on that mountain for like 2 weeks without food or water. So.
Oh yeah, that's got well, that's probably why you accepted it so easily. You're just so happy to be out of it. You're like, oh fuck, wow, it can't be as bad as that.
Yo, man, fuck the Mojave Desert.
God damn. Yeah, I'll say, who's the? Because like, Maddie. Sometimes I show a picture. She cannot dye her hair any shade of red anymore though, because like they will assume that we're brother and sister. I really want to play into it and just be like, yeah, this is our kid.
Yeah, Ty, you know for a fact that you would be the one going, no, we can't do this, and my sister would be the one is like, we're doing this. It'll be funny.
It would, yeah. No, we can do it. It's really funny. Oh man. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just got egged on Braden by her, and she was like, "Trust me, Braden will think it's hilarious." Of
which I would.
Oh my god!
Our marriage was based on a joke. It was just supposed to be a prank. We have 2 kids.
It's just a joke.
That's not even the joke part, because that was real.
Just a prank, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. Every single time Tyler was like, hey, your sister, she's kind of cool, right? Just kidding, man. I would never, just kidding, man. He wasn't kidding.
Oh, damn.
Fuck, I've been pranked.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
That's why I was busy getting my asshole tattooed while you guys were having your wedding.
I really tried to not in high school. I was like, no, I can't. I was like, it's so wrong. It's so dirty.
And I would
Tyler loves the forbidden fruit. Are you telling me that you wouldn't be able to resist the surfing in the garden?
Oh no, I was not. Insane would have gotten easy. Like you'd be like, oh, God says you can't have this. I'd be like, for real?
It was like, oh man.
If anybody even had to like ask me to, I probably would have just done it. Like,
No, like it wouldn't be hard for me either. It'd be like, hey, God said not to do this. Okay, why? Just don't do it. No, like I need the explanation. Why does he not want me to do it? Because if I don't know, I have to find out.
yeah. God damn. That's wild.
Yeah, I just can't ignore things and let them be, dude.
Yeah. You know, that's.
I feel that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Anything that?
I'm just gonna write. I'm trying to connect all our topics on like a murder board with all the red string, and we went right from cartoons in a straight-ish line towards
banking your sister.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You can convince it.
You said it was just a prank, bro. You said it was just a prank, and now I'm like babysitting your living sperm.
And you come full circle.
Oh my god! Having
right back to jizzing. Yeah,
is having a kid just the same as keeping cum as a pet?
Yeah, that's all it is, man.
I guess so. Okay.
I don't think we can top that. So
no, I think I don't have anything else to add to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. You have been listening to Stereotypical Podcast, the most audiotistic podcast. So remember, charge your crystals. Think about what was said here. Plot your murder charts and stamp your bingos.
It connects somehow.
It eventually does. We promise.
Next episode, we'll have the stereotypical bingo cards ready. Any listeners that get the bingo during their first listen, just email us.
Just ignore the 400% profit markup or treating this bitch like a restaurant.
Yeah,
we'll make the audience a custom bingo card that they can print out. How about that?
Yeah,
would be kind of fun. We could do that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just like a big poster. Just a big poster of like different things and red string connecting them on the poster.
Yeah, there you go. We'll make that more of a bit when we get more like YouTube videos out. And
once everyone listening is finally okay with giving us money, then I'll get creative. Buy our t-shirts.
Buy me merch.
Buy steal your parents' credit cards.
Yes. You need to enter in their social security.
And then you contacted the Minister of Sri Lanka and you can figure out where to go from there. But anyways, my name is Braden, and these are my two friends.
Just
just letting it hang there. I think your guys' AI programming just turned off.
Fall flat. I'm sorry. I didn't want to ruin it.
So we're just going to let that hang there.
Yeah.
All right. So these are me and my two friends, Tweedledee and Tweedle Dipshit.
Okay.
I'll come up with funny names to keep that going. But anyways.
All right. See you guys.
Charge your crystals.
Later.
Bye. With the microphone.
That
That's
sounds
good.
lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, you sound lovely.
Thanks. I know.
Like-
No, I'm just kidding.
Give me one of them moans.
No.
Start us off with a good moan.
I'm not gonna lie. I would do it for the bit, but I genuinely feel so uncomfortable if I try to do it. It's not gonna happen.
Don't do it for the bit. Do it for the bros.
Bro, well, if there wasn't Mr. Craig looking me in the eyes with those with those wide eyes,
They
He's
are
just a
kinda fucking
robot.
dead,
It's
aren't
okay.
I didn't hear either one of you.
Oh, damn.
Craig is like, why do I find the Wikibot more comforting than Craig?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
Craig is a little terrifying. His eyes are like dead, and it's like the woodland creatures from South Park.
Yes. Okay, but in like the picture, it's because it's so small in the icon, you can't really make out the detail. I can even see his mouth. Is it covered, or what is it doing? Hold on.
I don't.
Oh, it's a
I'm not
microphone.
sure.
It's a microphone.
It's either talking into a microphone or getting ready to suck the biggest dildo.
I can see that. Yeah.
Actually, if you click on it, you can see the profile, and it has a straight line for his mouth, and he looks very disinterested about what's going on right now. He's judging us, guys.
Just like when I try to hook up with anyone. Just disinterested.
Zero interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Moment of silence.
Yeah. So, someone else want to start off here?
I can do it. I can.
Yeah, I think I started last time.
No.
No, it was Brandel
Me.
last time.
Oh, hell yeah, and then I interrupted.
No, to be fair, we didn't even get through the whole thing. I felt really bad about that.
Oh, dude, don't. You were like puking, man.
Yeah, it's okay if you struggle to just get down the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. I just was
like, bro, just use your tongue, use your hands a little bit, and you'll be okay. You'll get it eventually.
Well, I'm glad I'm getting my. I guess this would be sexual advice from you, Braden.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just wanting to be clear.
Wait, what did you think we were talking about?
Well, a minute ago we were just talking about Craig, so I wasn't really sure.
The sexual icon. So, like.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll give this a 5-second pause, right? So
okay, sick.